guys, it's Nova. So, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a good while. And I meant to come back to this a lot sooner. It's just burnout from work. From work has caused me to be burnt out on everything else too. And that's been an issue. And then, on top of that, you know, my partner had surgery at the end of April. Had a procedure done, and not long after that, a couple weeks after that, she got really sick, and it turned out was her gallbladder going bad. And I've gone through that. That sucks. I'm gonna do a story time at one point on the awfulness of my gallbladder going bad, because that was horrible. But hers went bad, and she was sick for a month before we finally got it caught, and she had to get it out. It had to go by. It was done. And I was honestly glad whenever she did, because it's been so much better for her ever since. But that aside, between that and work and just stress in general, I have been so burnt out and so exhausted that I couldn't even think of making a video. And it wasn't even that I was burnt out on this, because I wasn't. I wanted to continue to make content, but it was just a lot. And burnout is awful. Burnout is horrible awful. And let me take a second. I'm wanting to get into like hobbies and the kind of things that I liked to do when I was burnt out, things that I ended up putting my effort and attention into more, because it helped me just kind of relax. Finally, it was something that I could do and actually get a little bit of enjoyment out of while I was so burnt out. But real quick, and this does relate to it, the picture that I'm working on in this video, this is actually, it's fan art for a channel called Musical Hell. I'm gonna link one of their videos down below, just because my partner and I, we love to watch their videos. We love to watch her videos. Watching Diva tear apart bad musicals is like one of the most fun things. At least to me it is. I love to put her videos on in the background while I work, and I wanted to make a piece of fan art, and I got really excited whenever she quote retweeted it and liked it on Twitter. Whenever I posted it, I about lost my mind. I was so excited, and it was so much fun. Oop, I kicked something. It was so much fun to actually, post something and have somebody like it that much whenever I made it for them. That made me just really happy. But, that aside, that does go into what I wanted to talk about with burnout, and the fact that I've been so burnt out that I couldn't hardly do anything art-wise. I couldn't. I did a couple of little doodles here and there, but I didn't have the drive to record it, or worry about putting it up, or to make a video. I had the want to, but I didn't have the drive to, and I was so burnt out that I couldn't even make myself. Which is frustrating, because I love making content. I love putting out videos. I really do. Do I like the editing part? No, I hate the editing part. That is my least favorite part, but I can't afford to hire an editor, so here we are. I've got to do that part, unfortunately. But ultimately, I like making videos and content. I like doing things like that and putting stuff out there. And even if it only gets 1 or 2 views, I'm excited that 1 or 2 people watched it. Even if half of them are my family, I don't care. It's fun. And I like it. I like being able to put my stuff out there. And I'm talking in a circle, despite the fact that I have, taken care of my ADHD for the day. Sorry, brain just does that. My brain just works that way. But I was so burnt out from work, because I don't work in a creative field. I work technically in the medical field. I work at a rehab. That's the most detail I can really go into it, aside from the fact that, I do cooking and cleaning, but the clients talk to us a lot. My job, because we are just a fixture there. They don't view us as much part of the treatment team or the nursing staff. Obviously, they don't view us that way. They view us a lot closer to a similar level to theirs. You get some of them who view them as below you even, because you do the cooking and cleaning, but because of that, they talk to us an awful lot. So it is an important job, and we do have to learn things like first aid, basic first aid, and CPR, and what to do in an emergency. And we do have to learn all those kinds of things, because we're around the clients, honestly, a lot more even than the treatment team really is. But because of that, and because I am doing a job that does, it's not it's not that it's a bad job, it's just not a job for me. Because it's just not my kind of thing. Any branch of the medical field has never been what I wanted to do. Ever. And because of that, that kind of thing can leave you very burnt out after a while when it's not what you want to do, especially because it can be stressful with some of the things that happen and go on. And maybe someday I'll be able to tell some very vague stories. HIPAA, gotta make sure I can't, no identifying information, no private information, anything like that, obviously. HIPAA is very important. But I would love to be able to share some of the crazier stories that have happened eventually. But that probably won't be for a while. But I ended up so burnt out that I just couldn't hardly do anything. I'd doodle here and there, but I didn't want to do anything else. I'd come home and I'd delve into one of my other plethora of hobbies, because I have a lot of them. Some days I'd just sit and do nothing, just because I was so burnt out and my brain was fried. I couldn't think to do anything. I didn't want to think to do anything. And it was awful. It was awful. I'm getting towards the end of it now. I'm still struggling with it, but I am doing better and getting further away from it. And I can feel that I'm getting further away from it, which is a godsend, because I wouldn't wish burnout on my worst enemy. I really wouldn't. It makes you not want to do anything. It makes you not want to create. It makes you not want to think. I wasn't even managing to enjoy doing video games as much as I used to, and I have been a gamer since I was a kid. I love video games. But really, for a long while, the most I would play is Stardew Valley. It was mostly mindless. I could lose myself in it and just do things and then go to bed. Like real life go to bed. Obviously go to bed in the game at the end of the day like you do, but I could just play the game and then go to bed. And I had so many breakdowns, and I still struggle with it, but I have had so many breakdowns the night before work, knowing that I had to go to work and do more, just because, and it's hard for me to describe why it's been so awful, but for one thing, you had people making it awful, and not even necessarily the clients. You always get one or two bad clients. That's the nature of this kind of thing. You work with anybody where you're working with people, you're going to run into bad clients. But it was mostly bad coworkers, people not doing stuff they were supposed to and getting away with it. But then you have the people who do everything they need to, and if they miss one thing, everybody blows up at them. And I give you one guess as to which camp I was a part of. And it was so frustrating. And it's been so frustrating because everything that everybody else doesn't do has been getting pushed off on me and the people who work directly with me, and then people doing stupid stuff and causing far stricter, I whistled by accident, but far stricter guidelines to be put into place with things. And it's been frustrating. Absolutely frustrating and exhausting, and just the biggest problem was I felt stuck. And when you're in a situation that causes burnout, when you don't have a way away from it, because I get sick easy. I don't have off time built up for a vacation right now. I'm trying to build some up, but I haven't had off time built up for a vacation. And because of that, I was so burnt out and exhausted, but I just had to keep going. And when you're burnt out, it's honestly, if you can step away, it's time to step away for a little bit. At least for a little bit. Because if you don't, then it's just going to get worse. And it's just going to keep escalating, and that's been what's happened to me. Just feeling stuck and trapped in this burnout cycle where I felt like nothing was going to get any better. Nothing was going to do any different. And there's some other things that I'm not going to get into right now, because they're private, they're personal. I might elaborate on them more one day, but I just want to say that if you're burnt out, step away if you can. If you are burnt out, even if it's with art, especially if it's with art, actually, or anything creative, find a way to step away for at least a little bit, long enough to get your mind back in the right mindset. Taking care of your mental health is so important, and I can't overstate that. It is so incredibly important to take care of your mental health, and honestly, in a lot of ways, I haven't been. And that's why I was gone for so long. whatever you do for a job, you need to have hobbies. You need to have hobbies and other things. You see people who all they do is work and they're miserable. That's why they're miserable. Because even if you enjoy what you do, you need sometimes to take a break and step away, refresh your mind, refresh your thought process, take care of your brain and give it time to have a break. And I have gotten so rambly on this, but you know what? I don't care. I feel like it needs said with everything. Take a break. Take some time to breathe. Because that's what I needed and that's what I wasn't getting there for a long while. And I am now a bit more. I'm working on actually, I need to get an actual recording space set up because right now I'm in the living room and there's not much on the walls, hence the echoiness and the fact that it doesn't sound as great as it could. But with everything, I know I've talked a lot about why I've been gone, but I haven't talked much yet about what I'm intending to do going forward. Because I am going forward, because I like making content and putting myself out there. I know I don't get many views, I don't care. It's fun. I like it. It gives me the chance, on the rare occasion that I do get a chance to, it gets me a chance to engage with other people who like similar stuff to me, or like to do similar things, or other creative people, and I like that. And I just like doing it. So I am going to continue forward. I have a project I'm actually working on. It'll be a while before any of the details of it see the light of day, but my intention is that everyone will start seeing a few of the characters pop up here and there on the channel. One of the next videos that I do, I have the footage recorded from the piece that I made. I've got the footage recorded already, and I will be putting that one up soon. And it'll have one of the characters from it, from the project I'm working on. My intention, we'll see what happens, but my intention is actually to eventually have a webcomic with it. Starting with like some little side stories from things so that I have like little things to build off of and I can get myself to where I can do a proper webcomic because I want to start small. I've seen a lot of advice that advises starting small, so that's what I want to do. But I think you guys are going to see a lot of the development probably on the channel while I work on things, and that's something that I'm looking forward to. And I want to do more talky videos also, like not just about the project, although I will try and do some about the project because I think that would just be a little bit of fun, a little bit of a blast, a little bit of time for me to get excited and energetic about something I enjoy. But also like topic videos. I actually have like a whole list. And I've considered doing a few videos where I'm on camera, not too many, because I'm nervous about that. You might not even see my face on the camera, it just depends. But I want to do a few things where I get some art supplies from Temu, because I really like that app, honestly a little bit too much. I'm gonna have to show a couple of the things that I got from Temu, so I can show you guys, like, stuff that I got for pretty cheap that's actually pretty good quality, to the point where I was stunned by how good of quality that it actually was. It's like there's these little Pokemon figurines. They're really cute. They're little. I got a Sleepy Bulbasaur, I got a Raichu, I got an Alolan Raichu, and a regular Bulbasaur. Because Raichu and Bulbasaur are my favorites. I need to get some Eevee ones because I really like Eevee as well. But like these things, I expected them to be little flimsy knockoff things, and I'm legitimately not sure if they're knockoffs or not. I'm unsure, but like they're good quality. They're like pretty hefty. Like they're hefty to where if you threw one at somebody, you could probably knock them out. They're really hefty. I also got a Squirtle for my partner because that's her favorite starter is the Squirtle, and I think that would be a lot of fun to do like some little product reviews, and those things are just too cute, and I want to show everybody those things because I've been able to get some pretty neat and interesting things from Temu. Like, I'm gonna see about using them more, but I actually got like a lav mic, like a lavalier mic, the little microphone that goes on your shirt. It's a wireless one. The receiver plugs into your phone, but like I was surprised that thing's like pretty good quality, especially for being just like, I got it for under $10. I got it for under $10, and I ordered like a set of markers, so I might do like a little bit of a review of the markers I'm getting from Temu after I get them, especially since I played a little mini game on there and I earned those for free, so I'm like, oh, they're free, why not? So I wanted, especially because they were available to be one of the things you can get for free, I want to test them and see how they stand up and see how well they do. But I think that would be neat to do like a Temu art supplies review kind of thing. I think that would be really neat to do. But other than that, I want to do that. I want to do more talky topic videos. I know I did one about a trope at one point, and I want to do more of those because those were fun. I've just got to get better at scripting. So I think that we're getting to about the point where I don't have much else to talk about. Not that that's a bad thing, because I've rambled for way too long. I've rambled for almost 20 minutes. But I guess what I really want to say with all of this is just take care of your mind. You know, this is mostly an update video, but it's also talking about burnout and how bad it can be, and giving like an example, a clear example of how it is to struggle with burnout. And it's awful. I can genuinely say it's awful and horrible. And I don't want other people, especially other artists, but really anybody, to go through that. And because I don't want other people to go through it, I just want to say, take care of your mind, take care of your brain, and take care of your mental health. It's important, because you're important. And you being around for the people you care about, and being able to mentally be there and be yourself is important, because you're important. And I just wanted to say that, because it's been something I've been struggling with, and sometimes it's hard to believe that you're important. Sometimes it's really hard, and I know that because I've been through that. That's been part of this. And I just want everybody else to be able to take care of themselves and their minds and their mental health and their physical health. That's important too. And I think for that one, that's about it for this video. See you later. Bye!